everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to open up about my current struggles on the narrow path that I've been experiencing. A lot of it is like a lot of the stuff I'm sharing is personal and might be triggering. Um, of course, I'm not going to name names, but things have been going on in my life, particularly when it comes to work, and there's a lot of drama there. I'm not going to share exactly what's been going on, but there are certain things that have been going on for a long time that shouldn't be going on at all. Um, I've been feeling like certain things are shifting and changing my life. I'm not really liking the changes that I'm experiencing. Some people in my close circle, um, we're not as close as we used to be. Um, like we come and go. I mean, I know people come and go in life. I understand that. And not everybody's meant to stick around for an extended period of time. Not everybody's there um is expected to be there like from the time of birth to the time of death. I mean unless it's family or something, but I've been feeling and sensing and witnessing a lot of things that have been going on in my life that I'm not liking. I feel like I'm struggling and kind of floundering about. Um, I I ask myself, do I stay or do I go? And part of me wants to stay in this situation that I'm in because of the familiarity with it and the comfort zone. But I really feel like God is pushing me out of my comfort zone. And I'm not saying it's intricately a bad thing or a negative thing. I think that's a good thing, but I feel like I have to get out of my way. And um I've been struggling for the past year because things have been very rocky, like when it comes to that part of my life and when it comes to my personal life, things have been pretty rocky. And I feel like I'm just barely hanging on by thread. I'm not doing the situation any justice, I'm not doing myself any justice. So I really need to um take a step two or back and figure out what I want to do. I know that God is leading me to something. I just don't know what it is yet. I have no idea what He's up to. I do know that God is working behind the scenes, and I know He's pruning me. I could say so for sure. He's definitely pruning me, but He also wants me to let go of all the crap that I've been clinging to. And I just feel like I can't have it both ways. I mean, you know the saying that you can't have her cake and eat it too. It's just one of those situations. You can't have her cake and eat it too. You either have to choose one thing or another. You can't have it both ways. So I feel like I'm being stretched as a person. I feel like my faith is being stretched by these situations that keep occurring, and it includes like stuff like gossip, people doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Use your imagination with that because I'm not going to repeat what's going on. Just because I don't want the drama. And people like backstabbing each other, people being two-faced. I just don't want that in my life. And look, I know people like that exist everywhere. But I also have to protect my own peace too. And I don't want to get pushed in the middle of anybody's mess or chaos when it's not my place to be so anyway. I don't want that in life, and I don't need it in my life. And like even when it comes to my home life, things can get rocky. My mother and grandmother don't get along. And look, of course I'm not gonna go into detail because that's not my place to say what goes on. But I feel like I'm stuck in a situation that I desperately want to get out of. In both areas. That I desperately want to get out of these situations. Something's got to give sooner or later, and I know that God is using these situations to refine me. I know that, and I've been asking Him in prayer and praying for Him to prune me, and I've been asking that in prayer for a long time, for a few years actually, for at least 3 or 4 years, and He's been doing so. A lot of people exited my life, um, and these are people that I won't let back in. So, like, for me, when it comes to people exiting my life or when I walk out of that person's life, in terms of letting them back in, it depends what kind of relationship I've had with these people. It depends who they are and what went on between us. Like, if it's a matter of, like, life happening and let's say a person moves or something, um, and they're in their own season and chapter of life for whatever reason, and we've always gone along, and let's say they move back or whatever, and we rekindle, then that's all good. But if there's like a lot of drama and chaos and garbage that goes on between me and another person or group of people, I'm sorry to say, but I have to cut ties with people like that. I don't care who it is. And I have been like cutting ties with certain people. Like, I've let go of people who were on my Facebook friends list. I mean, it was a whole lot of people, but it was a few of them that we weren't even keeping in touch. And there was like a lot of negativity from at least some of them, so I had to kind of clip them out. A few more people will be deleted off my Facebook friends list in due time. I'm still kind of sitting with it in terms of who I'm going to remove and who I'm not going to remove. And I mean, it's not an easy decision for me to make. It's really not. I mean, like, even with like some of the people that I'm currently in touch with, depending upon who it is, but I've noticed that with at least some of them, there's like some kind of drama going on with them. So even though I like these people, because I like their personalities, they're bubbly and friendly and things like that. But I have to put that on back burner. I have to really get down to nitty gritty of who really belongs in my life and who doesn't, because not everybody can come with me to my next season or chapter of my life. And I really feel like, and I've been saying this for a past year or so, if you pay attention to what I say in my videos at all, I feel like something is brewing. I feel like something is on the horizon. I feel like God is definitely working behind the scenes. And what is He up to exactly? I have no idea. I have no idea what the next season will bring. I have no idea what the next chapter will look like. Only God knows, because He's the only one who could predict the future. I can't. I'm only a human being. And I can't be clinging on to, like I said, I can't be clinging to a whole bunch of crap that doesn't belong in my life. I can't cling on to rubbish that just doesn't serve me anymore, because I'm wasting my time. And I said this before in a couple of my videos, I don't want to just go through life willy-nilly and dilly-dally. I want to live a life well lived. And that's what God wants for me and for you too. He doesn't want you wasting your time what doesn't serve you, what's not working in your life, on people that are not really staying in your corner. If you have that stirring that something's not right, you feel like you're out of your element, you feel like something or somebody or people who don't belong, it's time to say goodbye to all that stuff. And that's really actually for the better, because you don't want to get stuck and stagnant in life. That's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for me. And I don't want to vacillate between one thing and another and go back and forth. Should I or shouldn't I? That's not going to work. That's not going to help me, it's not going to help anybody in the situation. And that's why I've been making some changes here and there. Like, for instance, like becoming a frugal minimalist and the decluttering. Like, I got rid of a whole bunch of junk and donated a whole bunch of junk to Goodwill that I didn't even need. I still have 2 bags sitting in my closet that need to be donated yet still. Because it's just a whole bunch of junk that I know that I'm not going to use. Again, going back to the whole Facebook thing, I took off a handful of people off my Facebook friends list. Because of certain things that they were posting that didn't sit well with me. Look, for instance, I had to let go of 2 people who used to claim they were my best friends, but they ended up not. They kept knocking down Christianity. They kept knocking down my own personal beliefs. And I didn't like that. I didn't confront them about it, but I took these 2 people off way back in February of this year. Because it's like, I feel like I was just wasting my time viewing and scrolling and, going on their pages. And no, I don't want toxicity in my life. And, like, I feel like there's a major cleanup that's going on. I feel like there are major changes that are going to happen. But it's not like things happen overnight. I mean, there's like the things I'm talking about are really baby steps to where I'm going in life, and I'm keenly aware of that. I know that whole like, in the heart of hearts, and I know that like the back of my hand that things are like inching towards something. I just don't know yet what it is, and I do know that like when it comes to certain things in my life, I could take them or I could leave them. Like I don't care either which way. And I feel like yesterday, I really realized I'm way out of my element when it comes to my situation. That the things that used to work in my life don't work anymore. What was for me in the past isn't really for me now. And like I said, I'm hanging by a thread when it comes to this whole situation. I gotta let go. And I have open hands for God and what He has for my life. Because if I don't, if I keep clinging to stuff and hooking on to stuff the way I have been, I'm not gonna grow as a person. I'm not gonna stretch myself out of my comfort zone. So I really have to unhook myself and be open to what God wants in my life. And I hope you like this video. I'm gonna bring updates as they come along, and I'll keep you guys posted. Bye, guys.